Well, hello, Fly Babies. It's me, Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to help you have peace in your life, control in your home, and finally learn how to love yourself. It is 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, a few minutes after. I'm taking care of my parents today. Today we're going to talk about pressed for time. And what does that mean? So pressed for time in this case means how can I get all of my Fly Lady stuff done and still do all the things I need to do. I hit on this a little bit last night, but that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So let me say hey, and then we'll jump right in. So hey, Carol, Benny, how are you doing this evening? Good to see you. All right. As people get on, we'll get going. Good morning from Australia. Good morning, Bernadette. Let's start your day in a happy way. Hello, hello. All right, I am in the front room. Hello, beautiful. Hello, honey. Good morning from New Zealand. Who is that? That's Catastrophe. Oh, that's cute. Okay, hi, Isabel. Hi, Lori. Good to see you guys. All right, we have a small group tonight, but that's okay because we're still going to talk about this. Dancing for Joy, hello from Washington State. You got some rain finally. Hey, Penny, good to see you. Hey, Lori from Wamego, how are you doing? Kansas. Hey, Penny. First time to be able to watch me live? Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're able to get here. Hi, Rachel. Hey, Johnred, Debbie, hi. Debbie's Life. Raquel Con Green, hello. Patrick Family Life, hey from Ohio. Miranda, good to see you. Hello, Nancy from Live Oak, Florida, right in the neighborhood. Hey, LL Campbell, Plymouth, Massachusetts. Some of you guys are getting some pretty weather. I don't know that the leaves are changing yet, though it's a little early, huh? Bedtime for you in a minute or two. We'll hop on pretty quickly. Thrifty Living, hi, welcome to our channel, Thrifty Living. All right, we're going to get going. We've been doing this for about 2 minutes, so let's get into the meat of the program tonight. The program tonight is about how to do all the Fly Lady work and you have no time, or you think you have no time. So let's talk about how much time do you have. Think about the day. The day has 20, ooh, that light is bright. I'm in a different room today. Sorry about that. I'll try to sit back a little. That's not working either. Hang on, guys. I'm getting stripes from the window. Hold on. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to be striped a little bit. That's all I can do. I'm trying to get close to the computer. It doesn't seem to want to pick up in the back room. So, let's see. Let me get the stripes off my face. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me turn around this way. Okay. Well, I look like a tiger, but that's okay. All right. Sorry about that. So, how do we do this? So we have 24 hours in the day. We're going to start this now. It's been 3 minutes. Time to stop fooling around. All right. So, you have 24 hours in the day. If you sleep 8 of those hours, that leaves you with 16 hours. This is quick math. If you do your morning routine, if you just do your routines, a morning routine takes 25 minutes. I've timed it. Time it for yourself. It might take less. Who knows? If you have kids and you need to get them out and going, that's 30 minutes. So that's 25 minutes and 30 minutes. Let's just round it up. Let's call that an hour. Keep that tally. 1 hour. Okay? Then the next routine is laundry. Well, laundry doesn't take long because you're not scrubbing it on a rock. You're putting it in a machine. The machine's doing the work for you. So when you put it in, it takes, 5 minutes? When you take it out and put it in the dryer, what's that, another 5 minutes? When you take it out and fold it, what's that, another 15 minutes maximum? So let's call that 25 minutes, round it up, 30 minutes. Now we're at an hour and a half. The next routine is your paper routine. We do 1 inch of paper. 1 inch of paper, sorting it takes about 5 minutes. So tally that, all right? So what are we at? 1 hour and 35 minutes, is that right? All right, and then the next thing is going to be your after dinner routine. And that's a family affair. Let's say you have to put the dishes in the dishwasher, wash the pots and pans, wipe off the counter, maybe sweep a little bit and wipe the table, maybe the baby's high chair. So I'm going to say, with the help of the family, 30 minutes, let's say 25 minutes max. So that's another 30 minutes. So now we're up to 2 hours. Then you have your before bed routine, which takes 15 minutes, time it. And you have the children's before bed routine, which could take up to 20 minutes. And some kids will stretch it out to 30. You are reading a book after all. So let's say 30. Okay, 15. So that's 45 minutes. So we're at 2 hours and 45 minutes on your routines. 16 minus 2 3/4 hours leaves 11 1/4 hours left for you to do everything else in the day. 11 1/4 hours. Do you have enough time to just do your routines? I think you do. And now let's go to, is that right? Is that the right math? 16 minus 2 1/4, 14. No, it's 13 3/4 hours left, right? I hope so. I don't have a calculator here, and even though I'm good with math, it's late in the day, as you can tell by the way I look. All right, so, okay, let's say it's 30 minutes thrifty living, so add 15 more minutes. You still have all this big hunk of hours, a big hunk of hours in the day. All right, now let's add the basic weekly plan. The basic weekly plan is for 1 hour. That's the longest thing you do besides grocery shopping. So let's just say 1 hour, right? So that's 3 1/4 hours, right? And then if you have to do your zone, if you've graduated to that, the most a zone takes is 15 minutes. I don't want you to use any more than 15 minutes to do your zone. Okay, so we're at 3 1/2 hours out of this whole 16 1/2 hour day. So if it was 3 hours, it'd be 13. So it's 12 1/2 hours left for you to do everything else. So let's say you have to work 8 hours and you have to drive an hour or 2 hours. So take 10 hours out of it. You still have 3 hours left for yourself. Now, if you work, Angela Conti, you don't want to have to do a lot of this stuff at night, just your routines. I didn't have the energy anymore. I would come home and do dinner, clean up after dinner, maybe do a load of laundry, but I wouldn't do the zone, which had I known it only took 15 minutes, I probably could have done that. And I wouldn't do a lot of my weekly plan, like the basic weekly plan, cleaning in the house or going grocery shopping. That's not something I would do. But still, on Saturday, the most you're going to spend is 3 hours out of your 16-hour day, right? Now, we know there's other things that happen, and that 12 3/4 hours that we have left, if we're at home fly babies, don't we? We know that you go to the bathroom some of that time, you fix meals some of that time, you're wiping noses, you're changing diapers, etc., etc. But, night-night, Carol, but the reality is we've told ourselves this stuff takes forever, and it doesn't. And the truth is, the morning routine and the before bed routine, a lot of that you're doing naturally anyway. So, what you're going to do is change your mind. Change your mind. Time yourself. See what it really takes. I don't know who it was that popped on. I can't remember, and I'm sorry because I'm thinking, processing, and trying to read with one eye, and so I can't remember everybody that I've seen here. But the person who says it takes them 30 minutes for their before bed routine. Maybe. I mean, it could, because I do. If you do yoga and you consider that part of your before bed routine and it's a 30-minute thing, then your before bed routine could take 45 minutes. If you're doing your bath at night, you want to add another 15 minutes. But these are things that, like yoga is something I choose to do. The before bed routine is basically brush your teeth, take off your makeup, get in your PJs, put your clothes away or in the dirty clothes, look at your planner, see what's going on for tomorrow, lay out meat if you need to do that, put it in the fridge, put your crock pot out, whatever. Make sure that the kids have the right things for in the morning, and get to bed. Make sure you get to bed at a decent hour. So that's what that is, all right? Okay, so I have been talking for almost 8 minutes. Let's open it up for questions and see what your challenges are, because I want you to, the whole point of this conversation today is that you can do this and it doesn't take long. And when I say it takes a few minutes, it does take a few minutes, but if it's like the first time you ever swished your toilet, it might take a little longer because it may be really dirty. But the deal is you're going to swish it every day for a couple minutes. And today I was talking to one of my fly babies, and she said the same thing. Wow, my toilet was really dirty, and in the beginning it took a long time, but now it's so shiny and clean, and I just go whoop, rinse around and wipe the lid, and I'm done. And that's the truth. So once it gets to that point, it's going to be super, super, super easy. I want you to trust me on this. Okay, let's see what the questions are. Ruth, she's talking to baby wearing. Talking to you about baby wearing, so I guess that's a question. All right. Kathy EST, what'd you say? If you don't complete zone work in 15 minutes, just stop. Absolutely. Ding, ding, ding. That's the right answer. Do you have weeks when you don't complete all the zone cleaning tasks? Absolutely. Look, all those tasks for your zone cleaning, those deep cleaning tasks, you're just doing 4 in a week. In my group, I only ask you to work 4 days a week. You skip your free day and you skip Saturday and Sunday if you're an at-home Flybaby. You just work 4 days a week. And you just work for 15 minutes max, or 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, or however long it takes you to do 15 or less on a task. So for example, let's say you're in the kitchen and you wanted to clean the refrigerator this week. Well, that would probably be 2 15-minute days. Okay? You just stop. You just stop. Trust me, this will work for you. And in 3 months, if you do what I ask you to do every day, your house is going to look great. And you're going to feel great. Okay, I saw some questions. Rachel, I allow myself a little more time so I don't have to move physically so quickly. Yeah, I don't want you to have to fall over your feet, Rachel. And if you have a challenge of some sort, sometimes you can either spend less time doing something or do it a little more slowly. But I don't want you to dawdle. And that's real easy for Flybabies to do because we get sidetracked. That's the whole point of that. All right, I allow myself a little more time. That's what I just read. Okay, Penny. Have 3 cats and a dog, make constant mess. Yeah, cats and dogs, babies, husbands, and homes are all options. With each option comes additional work. So if you opted to get a cat and now you have to empty the cat litter box 3 times a week and scoop it every day or whatever, empty it clean it once a week and scoop it every day, that's something you have to add to in your 13 hours. Right? If you have 2 dogs and 2 cats and you've got hair that has to be swept along the baseboards every day, that just has to happen. I mean, it's up to your level of cleanliness, of course, your standard, but this thing is driving me crazy. But when you have pets, it's more work. When you have children, it's more work. When you have a husband, it's more work. When you have a house, it's more work. I know I said that all backwards, but you get it, right? Everything comes as an option, but it's worth it, right? All right, Rachel, going to try setting the timer. I really need that accountability. Yes, you'll see that works well. Okay, Megan says you can either wear your baby while you're going through your routines or put them in their pram or high chair and move them to whatever room you are in and take them. So apparently you're talking about how do you work with an infant. And that's how you do it. You just take your time, wear your baby, but you're just doing 15 minutes, or you're doing your morning routine. You would have to do some kind of morning routine anyway with the baby. Sometimes you lay them down and let them play. As they get more mature, they'll be more able to self-soothe or to entertain themselves. In the very beginning, a little tiny baby wants to be held. And then sometimes, it depends on the baby, but some of them want to be in their pram, some of them want to be in a swing, some of them want to be left alone. They're all different. Their little bodies are different, and they want to be held or not held. I used a timer yesterday. This is Patrick Family Life for my weekly home blessing for the first time. So much fun. It is fun. It's a game. Can you beat it? Can you beat the clock? Did you beat the clock, Patrick Family Life? Isla says, now I'm adding to watch live your video on my morning routine. That's a good idea. Maybe while you're doing your morning routine, you can listen to me. Lady Hawk, hey, how do you start when you have what feels like a hoarder house? You just start, and you start with your morning routine. You get out of the bed. That's number 1. Thrifty Living says start with your kitchen sink, but I'm going to tell you, you get out of the bed. That's the first step. You go to the bathroom and you brush your teeth and you wash your face and you put on your clothes and you put some moisturizer on. See, here's what it's about, Lady Hawk. It's about you, taking care of you. These routines are not for the family. It helps the family, but it's for you. So you're taking care of yourself, you're getting yourself dressed, and then you're going to wipe the sink that you have to look at all day long. Every time you go in the bathroom, you're looking at that sink. And then you're going to swish the toilet that you're going to put your little franny on, right? That is your nice clean toilet. I don't care if the whole house uses it, you're cleaning it for you. Then you go into the kitchen and you empty the dishwasher. And you put the dishes away, and that's for you. Now, if there are dirty dishes in the dishwasher, then your choice is to turn it on and run it, or if you don't have a dishwasher and you've got a pile of things around your sink, wash some dishes. You don't have to wash all the dishes, just wash some dishes. Get started. That's how you start. Then, if you're starting from scratch as a brand new Flybaby, and that's what you're asking, but I think you're asking, how do I know all the stuff now, how do I do it when there's so much, it's overwhelming me and my anxiety is freezing me up? That's what I think you're saying, because that's what everybody asks. And that's where you start. You start with getting out of the bed, doing things for yourself. And then you start with cleaning your sink. So if you'll watch the video, which is linked on my homepage, how to clean your sink, how to shine your sink. It's an hour process, but you're not scrubbing the whole time. The majority of the time you're waiting because it's soaking. But you're going to clean your sink, and that's going to give you a little island of hope in your kitchen when you have that shiny clean sink and you keep it clean all the time. What if it's loaded with dishes and you've washed them and you still have a billion more? That's okay. Put them over on the counter. Just put them over on the counter. And then after your sink is clean, if you have to hand wash, take some and wash them and put them in the rack and let them dry. And if you feel like it, put some more in there. And then when those are dry, put them away and wash some more. Eventually you'll get them all caught up. Okay? All right. Penny says, your house should be a sanctuary. It's right. Your house should be a sanctuary for yourself. And when you walk in your house, if you learn to love your house will love you back. And so when you come in your house, it's going to say, welcome. And you're going to say, oh, it's so good to be home, instead of, ugh, this place. Okay? That's what your house is going to be. All right. Yay, Linda. I'm so glad you caught me live. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly. Now, she's one who has dogs, and she does her job with her dogs, too. She has to do it. Lots of people have dogs. I had a Rottweiler myself. I know what it's like to have a big dog in the house. I didn't have dogs and cats at the same time in my house, but I've had dogs and cats and birds and fish and, everything else you can imagine. So I know that it's extra work. So that's why I don't want another dog right now, just because I don't have time for the extra work. Because once you make a commitment, you have to stick to your commitment, right? Remember we were talking about saying yes too many times yesterday? So that's just for, volunteering things, but it's also saying yes to taking a dog when you really can't. It's like adopting a child when you get a dog. It's so much work. And you love it, and you want to take care of it and be good to it, but you have to be able to spend the money on it that it's required to take care of it well, and you have to have the time for it and the room for it and the gumption to train it and the energy to clean up after it, right? And still love it and have a good dog. And some people are blessed with just good dogs. Like Farmer Meemaw has a great dog. She's a great dog. It's a really good, patient, kind dog that wants to just be around her. All right, so what were we talking about? Let's find some stuff here. Bernadette, with the dishes routine, is the idea to keep them under the sink until you're ready to wash them? What about washing as you go after each meal? Yeah, here's the deal. The only reason you put them under the sink, this is an option for people who don't have a dishwasher. Put a pan under the sink so that between meals, if somebody has a bowl of yogurt or a bowl of ice cream or a sandwich or whatever, and they have something and you don't want to wash dishes, then that just goes in there. So when lunchtime comes, in this example, you would wash the lunchtime dishes along with those. If you have piles and piles of dishes and you haven't gotten to them yet, we're just going to leave them on the counter until we get that sink clean. But once all the dishes are washed and done, then you keep a little thing under the sink so that if Susie Q comes in and gets a popsicle and then she decides she also wants, something that requires a spoon, the spoon can go in there. Maybe she puts it in a cup. This is what little kids do. They scrape it off, put it in a cup, chop it up with a spoon, and she eats it. Now you've got a cup and a spoon instead of just eat the popsicle on a stick, sweetie. Now you've got a spoon in a bowl or whatever. It goes in there until lunchtime or dinner time or breakfast, whatever. Okay? All right, next question. Ooh, we're doing good tonight. My dog loves rolling in the dirt, so that's vacuuming a couple of times a day. Yow. Okay, but you know what? My dog never did that, so I think I would fuss at her if she did that. But it depends, It depends. Awesome. Okay, I foster rescues, so they're here as a constant battle, but worth it. Yeah, see, that's where your heart is, Suburban. That's where your heart is, and that makes you happy. Aloha from Pet Furland. Who is that? LBW 808? That's funny. Vacuum the dog. That's funny, and I've seen those things. Okay. Meemaw has kids wrestling in her living room right now. Let's see. Okay, Patrick family has a German Shepherd. She vacuums every morning as part of the morning routine. That's right. I had to start throwing away my dishes to make my family know I was serious about no dirty dishes left in the sink. Lori. Okay. But, whatever it takes, you know what your family needs. Okay, where were we? All right, I don't know what some of this is because I missed some of the chat. I can't imagine life without our two cats. It's a small amount of work for a huge amount of love. There you go, Isabel. Where do you fit in gardening? Now see, I love gardening. Who asked me that? Laura. I love gardening. You make a gardening routine, just like you do a house routine. You know that 12 and a half hours that you have left? Well, maybe you want to put 15 to 30 minutes in your garden every day. So you have something that you have to do every day in your garden. Maybe you need to water in the summertime, or maybe you need to pull weeds in the morning, or whatever. So you make a daily thing, and then maybe weekly, maybe you need to, I don't know, fertilize or till the soil around something or whatever. And maybe you have something you want to do monthly. You know, maybe you want to turn your compost, or, you know, so you just make little things. Weekly would be mow the yard, maybe mow the lawn. So just, or trim the edges or whatever. So that's what you do. And those can be seasonal depending on where you live. But you make yourself a control journal for outside. Farmer Mima started that, and I really appreciate that. I've been sharing it with you because she came up with that brilliant idea. She's divided her yard into zones, which I think is great. Okay, let's see. Okay, Farmer Mima, you were in here stirring things up, girl. Okay, let's see. That was Laura. And then I feel like I only get snippets of time between nursing twins and caring for the 3 kiddos. How do I prioritize chores? Here's what you do, Dancing for Joy. Congratulations on your family. You get up before the children. I know that's almost impossible with a nursing infant, but you really try to get up before the children, take care of yourself first. So you do your 25-minute morning routine. And then you have the energy to deal with the children. And then once the children are cared for and you're calm because you've been taken care of, right? So you're not like, in your heart, you know, we might not show it, but they feel that. Then you'll be able to take care of them, and they kind of reflect that action, that attitude that you have. And then it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy with a bunch of babies. It's not. But it's what you do. So you're going to, and as you do it more and more, you'll get better and better. But the next thing is, see, this morning routine is not cleaning the house. This is just really quickie little things. Emptying the dishwasher and swishing the toilet are the only things in the morning. The laundry, you have to wash clothes. You've got a bunch of spitty babies. You've got to wash your clothes. So you just put it in. The machine does it. Your commitment is to take it out of the dryer, fold it, and put it away. That is your commitment. Because if you don't put it away, then you haven't done the laundry. And you just have Mount Foldmore, which is just as horrible as Mount Washmore. You have a whole mountain range of clothes. All right? And then, so the next thing would be talk about your basic weekly plan. Well, those are things that you do anyway. Don't you buy groceries anyway? Don't you pay bills anyway? You may not clean anyway, but now you're going to with the weekly home blessing hour, which you can split into one thing a day, and each thing takes 10 minutes or less. See? So it's easy. And then I know it sounds horrible when I say it's easy, but I really mean it. It's easy. We make it way too much in our heads. So the babies are going to be okay for a minute. They are. And as they get older and they're tugging on you, you say, Mommy needs 5 minutes. And do 5 minutes of your 15 minutes. Okay? Mount Wrinklemore Penny, that's funny. So that's what you do. Now the actual cleaning part is once you've gotten the decluttering done. Decluttering is the hardest thing we do, I have to say. And it's 15 minutes. It's just 15 minutes a day. So if you need to, you could do 5 before lunch. 5 before morning nap, 5 during morning nap, and 5 after morning nap. 15 minutes, it's done. And then once you've gotten through the clutter, you're going to be deep cleaning. And that could be as little as 5 minutes or as much as 15 minutes. Again, split that up. You can do it, I promise. Okay? I hope that's helpful. It's attitude. Attitude is everything. Angela says she's confused about zone cleaning. Do you also clean the other rooms that week? No, you don't. You do your weekly home blessing hour, and then you do your zones. Angela, and anybody else who's confused about routines, basic weekly plan, all that, please go to my home page with a pen and paper and 40 minutes of your time and watch the video, how to do the Flylady system for newbies. That's going to help you immensely. Then you'll understand it. It'll just make more sense. Okay, Nellie says her twins are grown, and now you look back and it's gone so fast. That's true. I don't know, did your videos freeze? Mine didn't. Megan's also expecting baby number 10. So are you, Megan, what did you say? Are you doing well with all these babies? Because I found that people who have more than 3, thrifty living, probably a good idea. Okay. I found people who have more than 3 or 4 eventually learn how to balance everything, and plus having other children helps as well. Natalie, you're glad you found me. You're a new payroll fly baby, or as I say, fly roll pay baby. Restaurant manager and work long hours. I have 2 kids. Most days it seems impossible. You know, restaurant and retail are really the hardest things out there because they do have such crazy hours. But I'm hoping that you don't work more than 40 hours. And so if you think about the whole week and how much time you're away from home and how much time you are home and how much sleep you get, then figure out how many hours you have left. Maybe you might have to collapse some time frames. And that just means do 2 or 3 things on one day instead of spreading it out over a couple of days. Okay. Congratulations from Bernadette Megan. Some kids take a while, yeah. All right, guys, it's been 25 minutes. I have a Flybaby mentee waiting on me. I've got to go. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this was helpful to you. Please let me know in the comments after we get off if you do want to make a comment and you have a question that I didn't answer. I'll be happy to address that if I can. Have a wonderful day, and always remember that you are beautiful. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m.